Hello everyone. In today's video we're going to go from a thermostat such as like this into a thermostat such as this one. So these digital thermostats are much more efficient at heating up the room and keeping an even temperature rather than temperature going up by 5 degrees and then going down by 5 degrees. So this is the one I will be replacing with. This is the non-programmable one and it's cheaper than the programmable one. So depending on your need, either get this or the other one. Don't spend more money if you don't need it to be programmed. Otherwise, this is around $25 to $30 and the other one is $40 to $50. And what we'll be using today is this current tester to make sure that I shut off the power. And we're gonna need a square and some Phillips screwdrivers. So first I wanted to show you that this one you can just remove this cover and then you'll see this exposed part, and then turn on your current tester here and then go around, and as you see this is live, so we're gonna have to go turn off the fuse. So my panel is in the basement and here the heater is number 3, so I'm gonna turn off the number 3 here, and now as you can see nothing. And if I was to try the so now we'll remove this old thermostat. And then replace with the new one. So if there's a lot of paint around it, you might want to take an X-Acto knife and just cut around it so you don't damage your drywall. This one seems okay. Actually, it has just a little bit. There you go. And then just pull it out. And then what you're gonna see, it's all the same color basically, the black and black. It's because it doesn't matter which one you use. There's no polarity in these. And then I'm gonna just do last check so I don't get electrocuted. Nothing. So there's these so these are the solderless connectors for copper wires, so untwist them and that'll expose the copper cables. And then the other one you can throw this or keep them for another. The new one comes with it, and then just pull it out. So as I said, now these two doesn't matter the polarity, so we can just put them interchangeably. Right, left, doesn't matter, up and down. So this is the new one. As you see now, it's off, no fuse, so not connected, you won't see anything. So you need to open this and expose the inside so that we can screw it onto there. So open that, you don't have to take it out completely. And this is what you have. So the screws are gonna go one there and one there. So now I'm gonna hook these up on it. So just strip the wires, they're pre-stripped. You can just take that off. And then since you'll be twisting this way, make sure you go clockwise. And then put this on and tighten it very well. And then you can pull it out to see if it's coming out or not. And then now the other one, just open it a little and then twist it around clockwise. And then tighten it very well. Again, pull to make sure it's not coming out. Make sure nothing is exposed. And then start pushing it in. And then we're gonna put it on. So now gently push it in and align your holes. And then you can start by hand at first. And you can use the same Phillips screw that you used for the other one. And then tighten with your fingers at first, and then take your screwdriver. And then carefully go all the way in without damaging any of the electronic components. And this you do not have to tighten too much, all right? Just go easy on it. Remember, you're pushing on plastic. So just make sure it's slightly tight to hold it. And then you can alternate and be gentle not to damage the PCB board. And then make sure it's also straight. That's it. I'm not going to tighten much more than that. And then just put the cover on. So start from the top. Slide it in because it has hooks there, and then tighten the little Phillips screw. All right, done. By the way, I wanted to show you, this is my programmable one. It's the same brand, Aube, and see, it's just a bunch of buttons to program what you want, so it can increase or decrease the temperature throughout the day, weekends, and so on and so forth. But the installation of this is exactly as the one I showed you. And let's turn on this switch. And as you see now, it says that here it's 17.5 degrees. And see now, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heating bars, and that's proportional to the heat that it's sending. So now it's maximum. So I'm guessing it's set up at very high. Actually, no, 21. But because it's much higher, that's how much it's gonna use until it reaches the heat, and then it's gonna reduce. So now if I put it to 17.5, you're gonna see the bars. There will be only 2. And sometimes there's even 1, just to keep the heat of the room. So it works at a very, very low level. And that way, it basically doesn't waste overheating the room, or the heat being escaped through the ceiling and so on. So these thermostats are super efficient, and they're much more comfortable than those old ones. And as you saw, it's super easy to replace, doesn't cost an arm and a leg. But if you don't feel comfortable doing this by yourself, you always have the chance to call an electrician who's gonna do it for you at I don't know the cost, but And see 2 bars now. If I was to go to 18, it should go a bit higher. So if I want to set it at 19, it's now 18, and it's using now 3 out of 5. And then if you want to go super high right away, then it's going to go to 5 bars, which is the maximum. So these thermostats tend to get a little warm. That's normal. Don't worry about it. There was a big heat sink in there, and that heat sink dissipates the heat. They're okay. So the last thing I want to bring to your attention is when you choose your thermostat, make sure you have the right one. So this one is a 2000 watt max. It's a 240 volt. It will go up to 8.3 amps. And the way to know, if you don't know exactly how much yours is pulling, you can measure your baseboard heaters. So here it says that the maximum should be about 7 feet. All right, and then if it's 2 pieces, it should be 7 to 9 feet. And if you look at mine, I have 2 pieces, and I measure them, and together they give 9 feet, which is within the limits of this thermostat. Otherwise, you would have to go get one that's 3,000 and over. Good luck with your project.